All right, guys, let's check out the Panda. This is the Hamilton American Classic Intra-Matic Chronograph Automatic on mesh. So this watch isn't anything new. It's been out for a little while, but Hamilton finally put it out on a mesh, and they knocked it out of the park on the strap and the clasp system. So on top of that, coupled with this excellent watch, I think you have a home run design here. So let's get into the specs on this, but before we do that, I do want to give a special thanks to Mimo from Mimo's Jewelry. I'll put a link to his website down below. As you can see, this has a screw-down crown, 100-meter water resist. I'm just going to give it a quick wind and move the hands out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Also, crazy good crown system on this thing. Very stout indeed versus a lot of other chronographs. So 40-millimeter case, 49 lug to lug. You can see nice angular, fully polished case and a lug design on this thing. 14.65 thick, so about 14.5 millimeter thick, but that's including that double domed sapphire crystal. 20 millimeter lug width here, and this is a strap monster for sure. I think it's going to stay on this mesh though, just because I am kind of a bracelet guy, but you know, you could put it on a nice leather strap or something. A nice oversized 7-millimeter crown, and then you have, again, two pushers here for your chronograph feature function, and you have that excellent snap that's using the H31 movement, which is Hamilton's version of an ETA 7753, which is a variant of the Valjoux 7750. 27 joules. These H31s have 60-hour power reserve. And then they have custom bridge work, basically has a bunch of H's on it for like Hamilton, and they're worked over. It's not like a bog stock 7753 for sure. They put their mark on it. Super accurate too. I did throw it on the time grapher and it was running plus 3 seconds dial up. So very good movement. Let's see. So 7753, or in this case the H31, you have your, if we zoom in on the dial, you of course have your 30-minute counter here, and as that chronograph crosses over the 60, you'll see that jump forward 1 minute, so then we can keep track of it. There you go. And then this is your running seconds. That's always running. Of course, you have your date down here at 6 o'clock, and your date is not controlled by your screw down crown. It's actually controlled by this little knob here, and Hamilton includes this handy dandy little pusher tool here, a non-marking H with a little poker thing here, so you can push that and adjust it. You could use a wooden toothpick or something just so you don't scratch that up, but you can push that in and you'll cycle through the date. That comes in this little bag. It's kind of cute. You'll probably try to keep that somewhere where you don't lose it, meaning that you're probably not going to have access to it to do that all the time. That's why I mentioned the wooden toothpick. Those are probably around, or at least somewhere you remember they are. All right, so Panda dial, right? White dial, black subdials, then you have your black outer ring with a tachymeter on it. Just a clean classic design. I've done the video of the other way, kind of like a reverse Panda, but I think it was more of a blue dial. And I really liked that one when it came out, but now I'm on this white dial kick, so this one certainly resonates with me. And I'm not typically a chronograph guy, but this thing's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. It's one of my favorite chronographs now, and I've been wearing the Breitling Navitimer, which is also a great watch, and basically using a very similar movement. You know, still has that rotor wobble that a lot of people will talk about, and I can feel it even on my wrist. If you move a certain way, you get that rotor spinning, this watch or the Navitimer, and you can even look down and see the watch like just kind of move a little bit. You know, it's one thing to see that or feel that on a Miyota movement, but these things actually have a little more rotating mass around there, so you really feel that wobble, and I kind of dig it. Not kinda, I actually dig it. It's pretty fun. So let's check out this clasp system here. Look at this, super clean, well done, nicely polished bracelet. No sharp edges, it's just clean, and it tucks it underneath so you have nothing protruding. And then even this is kind of ramped, so it would knock anything off, like it would just kind of go right over it. And very simple, just double pusher, and it opens right up. Now, how do you adjust this? That's also very simple. And it's darn near infinite. So basically you just take a little screwdriver or something, or your spring bar tool or fork, you just go ahead and pry this little guy up. You can see that pry up, and take your fingernail or something, you pry that up, and now you can just slide this in and out. However, like it'll drop into wherever notch you need it to go. And then you just fold this down, and then it'll lock in, and it is secure. So super easy to size up, and it's going to work for so many different wrist size. Let's pop this on wrist. I mean, it just makes so much sense. Like, I love this strap. I don't know if Hamilton will sell it separately or if somebody else is going to make it separately, but this strap would be good on so many other watches too. But yeah, this chronograph is awesome. I'm a big fan of this. I wore this on my weekend trip like a couple weekends ago or whatever. I wore it the entire weekend. I brought other watches with me, and I wore this one the whole time. I already had it on wrist, and I just kept on wearing it. It was super accurate. I didn't time anything, you know, with this chronograph, but it was still good to have the date and the chronograph. So if we stop it and then we reset it down here, it just snaps it, just resets, snaps everything right back. Non-display case back. It is a screw down case back, but it is a non-display. That would be kind of cool if it was display, but then, man, it's just going to add even more thickness to it. So I think we're already, at least for me, I'm already at the max, 14.5, 14.65. I don't want the watch any thicker than that. So I'm fine with a non-display case back if it means that it's going to keep it like this. If you're going to add thickness, then no, I'm good with that. So here's the hang tag. Here's the part number. I'll also put it in the description and a link, like I said, to Mimo's. Here is the retail price, $22.45. I show the retail price on a lot of these watches, guys. You have to understand, this is not what you're going to pay. You're going to get a hold of Mimo. If I have a discount code for them, I'll put it down in the description. But you're going to get some sort of discount off that. Pretty much wherever you go, you're not going to pay the full retail. So that's just the way it works. This does have lume on it, so we will kill the lights and show that. I think I covered just about everything. If there's any other questions on it, let me know. But as far as chronographs go, I think it'd be hard to beat the Hamilton Panda. I'm a big fan of this watch. Whether you get it on the strap, which would save you a few bucks, but man, get it on this mesh strap. This is such a good strap and clasp system. So decent amount of lume on there too. It seems like Hamilton has stepped their game up over the last couple of years in the lume department. They were always, well, it was a letdown. So even on the non-divers, which most Hamiltons are non-divers, they are doing a very good job of the lume. So kudos for that. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next vid.